Hey there, beautiful souls. If you are returning here, I just want to take a quick second to say thank you for your support of the channel. And if you're a newcomer, hello and welcome. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot with your August monthly general intuitive tarot reading. As always, please remember not all messages will resonate with everyone, as they are general intuitive readings for the collective. If you're interested in a more personal reading, you can click on the link in the description box below this video to access the website where you can choose from the various services offered. Are you enjoying these videos? Then please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already. It's free for you and it's a great way to support the channel. Also, it lets me know that you are interested in more videos like these. Now let's start as usual by jumping into some quick astrological highlights for the month. August begins on a sluggish note thanks to the Mercury retrograde, but have no fear, this too shall pass. By the middle of the month, around the 11th or so, life will start to move forward again when Mercury stations direct, so it's best to be patient until then. Now, earlier on August 6th, Mars enters Libra, which is a perfect time for cooperation and teamwork. No matter how busy you may be, help is available. Rally your team, and you will be amazed at what you can accomplish. Then on August 22nd, work takes center stage when Virgo season begins. Use this time for organizing the office, handling details, and creating efficiency. The new moon in Virgo on the 23rd is fantastic for beginning a new health regime. If you've slacked off on your routines like I have, you can now change your habits. And finally, I want to be sure to mention that romance turns passionate when Venus travels through Leo beginning on July 25th. Bold declarations of love, over-the-top proposals, and steamy nights add excitement to your summer. The best part is that Venus will remain there until September, so make the most of this time. And now let's see what direction the tarot will lead you in this month. I'll see you on the other side of this video where we can examine the messages from the guides. All right, beautiful souls, this is a reading for the sun, moon, and the rising sign of Capricorn. And this is for the month of August. So we'll dive right in, and I give thanks to the angel spirits, guides, in the universe for the messages they provide. And for assisting me in interpreting the messages for the highest vibrational good of my Capricorn seekers. So can I please have 4 cards for August for Capricorn? Sorry, my cards are all falling here. The whole deck is coming. Okay, let's start that again. All right, can I have 4 cards, please, for Capricorn? Yes, for Capricorn for August, please. 4 cards for Capricorn. You have the Hangman, and that came out with the Page of Coins, or the Page of Pentacles. You also have the 10 of Wands coming out with the 9 of Swords. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to do this. Let me just move this a bit so that I have room. All right, let's see what else they have for you. Okay, 6 of Coins or 6 of Pentacles. You have the Hierophant. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the 4 of Cups. Okay, so... okay, Capricorn. The first half of your month and your second half of your month are very different. So there's a split here. And it's a good split because what I'm feeling in the first half of the month is really a bit more of having to be cautious, a bit more of working hard, persevering, you know, working through something. And the second half of the month is a lot easier. There's an easing up of the energy in the second half of the month. And I feel like, well, let's start by talking about this 4 of Cups, because the 4 of Cups is your overarching energy. For me, that's what I call the theme, okay? The theme of the theme of the month. So, okay, 4 of Cups is a cup. That's pretty funny. 4 of Cups is a card. It's a card of energy where you're not seeing something, right? It's like this character is looking off into the distance. There's a cup right there, and he's looking off the distance, but it's like out of his view. It's kind of like behind his head, so it's like he doesn't even see it. It's like there's something there, but you can't grab it, or you don't know that it's being offered. So this is what I think makes the difference for you between that first week and that second week. Is that you're either not paying attention to see something, and when you finally pay attention mid-month, the whole month switches for you, okay? So 4 of Cups sometimes is this card of not realizing that there's something good there for you, that there is an opportunity to be had, or there's a feeling of, well, you're not really contented. You're discontented in this fact that you're not feeling right. You're just feeling, sometimes it's a need to be very watchful, okay? And you're just not being watchful at all. Now, what do you need to be watchful about? Sorry, my words are like all over the place today. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's look at the first 2 cards. You have the Hangman and the Page of Pentacles. Normally the Page of Pentacles would be saying, oh, this is great news about your finances, about your money, or whatever. You know, this is, you know, there's communication there about your money, whatever. But you have the Hangman with it. So it's like a pause on your finances, a pause on your spending. It's a pause on your, I'm going to say your spending. Okay? If I said it once, I'm going to say it twice, maybe a third time, because I really feel like this is the strong message that they're giving me for you. You need to curb your spending in this month, particularly because in those first 2 weeks, it's saying, pause on the money. And the second week has the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, which means you're working very hard and you're very anxious about this. And this is causing you to have some sleepless nights. So what I'm going to say to you is you're going to come up to some financial, I don't know what's, in the first 2 weeks. There's going to be some financial stuff that might affect you. Okay, there's going to be some kind of snafu that happens here, and it is going to either, I don't know, could frustrate you, that's for sure. And that's maybe why it could also take you into a little bit of anxiety because of the 9 of Swords. But certainly you're going to have to be persevering through this with that 10 of Wands. That's a load, right? You feel very heavy as a result of that, okay? So I do feel for you that this financial situation, you need to keep an eye on it, okay? You need to keep an eye on the bank account, okay? And you need to do your best to budget wisely. So let's clarify these cards. Oh, wow. The big interesting message. We'll talk about the second 2 weeks after we get through these two, because this is very different energy. This energy completely changes, okay? So it's like the energy breaks up and things are so much better. So let's just talk about this Hangman and the Page of Pentacles, right? As I said, it's like saying, whoa, put a pause on the money. Put a pause on the spending. Put a pause on the, okay? Did you see that card just fly across my table? I don't know if you did, but boy, did it ever. And you can't make this up. There's the 9 of Swords again. 9 of Swords, 9 of Swords up there, okay? There's the 9 of Swords right there, 9 of Swords. Okay, you are definitely worried about this, or you're definitely spending a lot of time thinking about this. I'm going to tell you, Capricorn, been there, done that, so I know exactly how you feel, and financial things are the worst things that keep us up at night. They're the things that don't make us sleep. But I want you to remember, it's like you're not seeing something. So it could be as simple as if you just kept a better eye on your spending and you said, oh, usually I just go on to Amazon and I order all these things. Now when you open your app, instead of just willy-nilly ordering, think for a minute and say to yourself, do I really need this? That's the paying attention more, okay? Do I really need this? Should I spend the money on this? Okay? I just feel like you need to be extra careful. All right? Let's continue to clarify the Hangman, the pause on the spending, the pause on the put a budget together, stick to your budget. Yeah, 5 of Cups comes out, baby. So you are in this mode of only looking at the negative side of it, not looking at the positive side of it, which is if I actually have a budget, I can get myself out of my debt problems, or I won't build up new debt problems or issues, okay? So just need to, unwise spending, it's just going to put you further in the hole. So you don't want to be further in the hole. You want to be out of the hole. You don't want to be in the red. You want to be in the black, okay? Or as close to the black as you can potentially get. All right, one more card for the Hangman and the Page of Coins. You have here the 6 of Cups. So I feel like for somebody, you used to be okay. This might just be a temporary thing where you've been going a little bit crazy on the spending, or that you've been, not really watching your money as you used to. And so you would this is just a reminder from the universe to go back to the way it used to be, to do what you used to do, to pay attention more, to really keeping things in check. Sometimes we do this, we get ourselves a little out of hand because we go, oh, well, I'm feeling good, I don't feel tight. But it just takes one financial situation to come along to stomp all over that situation. I'll give you an example. Everything's great and you're spending your money and you're feeling quite like whatever, and then you lose your job. Or You have this thing and you're spending your money, and then boom, the car breaks down, and it's not just a quick replacement. It's now you got to buy a whole new car. Okay? These are examples of financial snafus that could happen. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying that these are the kind of big financial things that come and kind of make us realize, unless we're independently wealthy and we win the lottery, we all should be paying attention to our budget a little bit more. And sometimes we let that go because we start to get comfortable and feeling like there's, the noose is not so tight around our necks. Okay? But in this case for you, in the first couple of weeks, it's not a noose, but it is giving you either some headaches or you're spending a lot of time thinking about it, and you just feel like you're just not getting to the root of it. So maybe you are trying to pay off your debts and you just don't ever seem to get to the bottom of it and be able to get it to zero. This is a frustrating thing. This is what I said about these frustrating financial things. Maybe you are starting to pay them off, and then you get to a place and you think you're going to pay them off to zero, and then one of those big things comes along and now you have to buy a whole new car. Okay, this is what I'm saying about feeling like it's a never-ending thing, and you have that 10 of Wands where you're forcing yourself, to go, okay, let's start again. Let's try again. Now, you have Temperance card here, so what the universe is telling you is be patient. And as I said, yes, be patient, because the energy switches in the second half of the month, okay? So this could just be a little bit of temporary energy here in the first 2 weeks that, affects you, or that there's that one snafu, that one financial thing that comes along, and you push through it, and then you can get yourself back on track. All right, let's get another clarifier, please, for the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands together. It's tough energy to go through. I feel for you, Capricorn, but as I said, been there, done that, and probably will be there again anytime soon. I'm probably there right now myself. All right, so I do understand what you are going through or what you might be feeling in this month of August. All right, so we have this 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you're looking to have your independence and your happily ever after in terms of your independence financially. And so again, cutting the spending more wisely, keeping an eye on things, getting yourself back on track. Mid-month, which will happen mid-month, okay, is the name of the game here. Okay, all right, let's continue to clarify. One more clarifier, please. 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. That energy is just making me feel so tired. I'm so sorry. It just comes over me like this energy that, it's happening here. Sorry, I just have to take a breather because it's so heavy. Yeah, okay, so you have this 8 of Wands, which says targeted action is required. Right? What does that mean? It means focus all your attention on getting yourself back on track. Now, how do you get back on track, right? You pick yourself up, you hustle, and when you hustle, that pays off, right? You find either another source of income, you do some overtime, you get a second job, you put your game face on, and you start working it, okay? So I do feel there's a change of your income in the second half of the month, just because you have that 6 of Coins. 6 of Coins is the card of saying you have enough. You have enough to be able to give and enough to keep. You just need to know how to do that and to do it wisely, okay? So I do feel there's some hustle there, or a change in your income is possible. So I would say to you, don't panic. The first half of the month is a little bit downer on the energy, but the second half of the month is better. So don't panic. But I would also say to you, wait before you make some major decisions on spending money or major decisions about how you'll do things. So I'll give you another example. And so you're going, oh my God, my pennies are tight. I don't know what to do. Now I'm just going to cut off everything. I'm going to cut off the internet. I'm going to cut off the phone. I'm going to cut off the TV. I'm going to cut. Okay, you can't cut off everything because you do have to live. Particularly, you probably need a phone if you need, if you're working or you need a job. You need the internet if you're working and you need a job. Okay, so just don't get crazy. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay, stability is coming back. You have the Four of Wands, so you have some stability starting to come back in the latter half of the month. All right, so I would just say, just don't make any rash decisions. Think before you make the decisions. Things might clear themselves up. Okay? Right, let's continue to clarify. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, just needs a little tweaking. Just needs a little work, a little reflection on how to handle things while it's either tight until things get better. Queen of Cups says, yeah, take care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself, so don't cut all that kind of spending. But it's very important that you pay attention to, you know, just to pay a little bit more attention to this, whatever this might be, to not replicate it again. That's the message they're giving me. Now, the end of the month, you have the Hierophant. So I'm going to say there's two messages they're giving me. Number one, keep the faith. Okay, it's all going to sort itself out. Number two is, once you get yourself back in place, you need to start really putting some, I want to say rules in for yourself, but something in there that's going to help you to keep you in check. Just making better choices, right? So if you're making better choices, i.e. you have a budget, you keep an eye on your credit cards, you start, creating an accounting system that shows, okay, this card went from there to, oh, now it's gone back up again. No, okay, that keeps you in check. So if you have this ritual, these things that you do that will continually keep you, doing things, and maybe you have to shuffle your money around, maybe you have to shuffle how you live your life, so you don't not traveling maybe as much as you should or have in the past, then you're going to be able to get back to this Three of Cups celebration and spending, being able to relax a little bit and ease up a bit. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to pull for you now a message from the Archangels. What would you like to tell Capricorn for the month of August? Okay, you have Azrael. I will read to you what it says on the card. It says transcendence. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Yeah, you wouldn't be where you are if you didn't overcome a lot of challenges. So I'm going to read to you from the book. So challenges are good for us. Sometimes these things happening are good for us because they help us to, first of all, have a lot of gratitude for what we do have, but also helps us to realize that we can't just be, living like, living like without paying attention to things. All right. And the message is, you're going through some changes right now and you may not be enjoying them, but please be assured that you're being led to your highest good. Change is a natural process, and we are constantly moving through different levels of development and experience so we can grow. You may be faced with fear and uncertainty, not knowing what the next stage is, but there are plenty of door openings and opportunities being presented to you. Trust in yourself and your higher power. In order for you to come into alignment with this stage of your journey, it's important to take some time to reflect upon the challenge you have surmounted. Not everyone on your journey has been, not everything on your journey has been favorable, but you wouldn't be who you are today without the lessons you have learned. Realize that you have an incredible resilience that helps you tap into the infinite potential you hold within. Yeah, absolutely. We need to learn from our lessons, and you're definitely going to transcend those challenges, my dear Capricorn friends. I'll leave it there. I hope there was something in it that resonated, and I will say that I will see you again very soon. Until then, please know that I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.